psychology facts about human behavior that will blow your mind. The skin tone of the vagina, including the labia and vaginal entrance, can vary significantly among women. This variation is completely normal and is influenced by several factors including genetics, hormonal changes, and age. Higher levels of melanin, the pigment that gives skin its color, can result in darker skin in these areas. The perception of darker skin in intimate areas has varied greatly across cultures. In some ancient societies, such as in certain African and Middle Eastern cultures, darker skin was often associated with fertility and sensuality. Women with darker intimate areas were sometimes considered more desirable and fertile, a belief that has been documented in historical texts and artworks. Conversely, in Western history, particularly during the Victorian era, there was a preference for lighter skin, including intimate areas. This preference was driven by ideals of purity and modesty. Women often went to great lengths to lighten their skin, using various powders and lotions. Psychologically, the color of a woman's intimate areas can impact self-esteem and body image. Society's beauty standards play a significant role here. For instance, in modern Western culture, where there is still a significant amount of pressure to conform to certain beauty ideals, women with darker intimate areas might feel self-conscious or anxious about their appearance. In the 16th century, in the court of the Ottoman Empire, women of various ethnic backgrounds were celebrated for their unique beauty. A darker vagina was often seen as a sign of a passionate and desirable woman. Poems and songs from that era reflect this appreciation, highlighting the allure of women with darker intimate areas. In some African cultures, darker pigmentation, including that of the vagina, was celebrated and considered a mark of beauty and desirability. These cultural beliefs were deeply rooted in the community's values and influenced the way relationships and beauty standards were formed. Cleopatra, known for her beauty and allure, was often described in ancient texts with a rich, darker complexion. Her relationship with Mark Antony was legendary, and some historians suggest that her confident embrace of her natural beauty, including her darker vagina pigmentation, played a role in her charm and attractiveness. In various African cultures, queens and female warriors were celebrated for their strength and beauty, which included their darker skin tones. These women were often revered and desired, their pigmentation seen as a symbol of their powerful lineage and robust health. Darker vaginal pigmentation can be seen as unique and exotic by partners, which can be highly arousing. This uniqueness can create a sense of allure and mystery, making sexual experiences more exciting and engaging. A confident woman with a darker vaginal skin tone is more likely to communicate her sexual needs and desires to her partner. This open communication can lead to a more fulfilling and enjoyable sexual relationship. When partners understand each other's preferences and boundaries, it fosters a deeper connection and more pleasurable encounters. Darker intimate pigmentation can be seen as unique and exotic by partners, which can be highly arousing. This uniqueness can create a sense of allure and mystery, making sexual experiences more exciting and engaging. Many African tribes have historically celebrated darker skin, including intimate areas, as a symbol of beauty and fertility. In some cultures, rituals and ceremonies were held to honor women's bodies, and darker pigmentation was often associated with strength and resilience. In various Indian traditions, darker skin tones, including intimate areas, have been celebrated in literature and art. Ancient texts and sculptures often depict goddesses and revered women with darker skin, symbolizing power, beauty, and fertility. Celebrities like Beyoncé and Serena Williams, who embrace their natural skin tones, have played a significant role in shifting beauty standards. Their confidence and success have inspired many women to embrace their natural pigmentation, leading to greater acceptance and appreciation. Some studies suggest that darker pigmentation in intimate areas may be associated with heightened sensitivity. This can lead to more intense and pleasurable sexual experiences. Understanding and appreciating this aspect can enhance intimacy and satisfaction in sexual relationships. Darker pigmentation can sometimes indicate healthy blood flow and hormone levels. Understanding and embracing these natural indicators can lead to a greater appreciation of one's body and its functions. In recent years, sex toys like vibrators and other erotic gadgets have become increasingly popular during foreplay across many countries. Icelanders top the list for using vibrators during foreplay, followed by the British and Norwegians. While women typically need more prolonged stimulation to reach orgasm, often around 20 minutes, some women can climax within 30 seconds of self-stimulation. Isn't the diversity of human sexuality fascinating? According to the American Sociological Association, the most mind-blowing sex often happens when you're in love with your partner. Men who help with housework tend to have more sex, an excellent reason to grab that vacuum. The U.S. has more laws regulating sexual behavior than any other country. Did you know that flirting is banned in San Antonio, Texas, and oral sex is illegal in Indiana? A study in the Journal of Sex Research found that 100% of women and 95% of men in a survey of 40,000 men, 90% said the sexiest thing a woman can do is take the initiative. On the flip side, nearly 75% agreed that heavy makeup is a turn-off. Consider touching as the #1 way they know their partner wants to have sex. Foreplay isn't just about bodies, it's also about setting. Creating a sensual environment with colors, flowers, candles, and music can enhance the experience. There is an orgasm gap between genders. While 85% of men believe their partner had an orgasm, only 64% of women reported experiencing one during the same encounter. Communication and understanding your partner's needs are key. After an orgasm, men experience a refractory period during which they can't have another orgasm. This recharge time varies with age and sexual experience. Studies show that men feel more emotional pain after a breakup than women do. Who would have thought? Engaging in morning sex releases oxytocin, a feel-good chemical that fosters a loving and connected atmosphere throughout the day. While the time it takes to reach orgasm varies, the duration of the orgasm itself is relatively similar. Women's orgasms last about 18 seconds on average, while men's last about 22 seconds. Orgasms can lower a woman's risk of heart disease, stroke, breast cancer, and depression. They trigger the release of oxytocin, which acts as a powerful pain reliever. Regular sexual activity can make individuals look 4 to 7 years younger. It's a fun way to stay youthful. Research has shown that men who have sex at least twice a week can almost halve their risk of heart disease. So, morning sex isn't just about starting the day right, it's about living healthier too. Hugging a woman for 20 seconds can improve her happiness and self-confidence. A simple gesture with a big impact. A big penis won't stretch out or ruin a vagina. The vaginal canal is incredibly resilient and bounces back quickly. The G-spot isn't a discrete anatomical entity. It's part of the urethral sponge that is highly sensitive for many women. Everyone's body is different, so find what works best for you. The average American's sexual peak is at age 25. After that, sexual frequency declines about 3.2% each year. Having a happy sex life is linked with improved job satisfaction and greater engagement at work. Who knew that a good sex life could lead to a better career? 97% of people have sexual fantasies, but most of these fantasies never get acted out in real life. It's all about imagination. Vibrators were originally developed as a medical device in 1869 to treat hysteria in women. We've come a long way since then. Having sex with a large partner or toy won't permanently stretch a woman's vagina or labia. The vagina is a muscle and bounces back quickly. The G-spot is a misnomer. It's not a single spot, but an area of the urethral sponge that can be highly sensitive for many women. Sex is mentioned in the media more than ever, but people are actually having less sex. From 2010 to 2014, Americans in relationships reported having sex 16 fewer times per year compared to a decade earlier. Most gynecologists believe that masturbation is healthy and normal. It's considered safe. Sex releases stress, boosts your mood, and helps build pelvic floor muscles. For men, the preferred sex position is doggy style, followed by missionary and cowgirl. For women, it's flipped. Missionary is the favorite, followed by doggy style and cowgirl. Did you know that hair around the vaginal area grows only for about 3 weeks, whereas the hair on your head can grow for up to 7 years? Interesting how different parts of our bodies have different growth cycles. Women's armpits can emit pheromones that are attractive to men, contributing to their overall appeal. Scent plays a more significant role in attraction than we often realize. Want to increase your chances of having an orgasm? Keep your socks on during sex. Research from the University of Groningen suggests that warm feet can help you relax and get in the mood. Research shows that women have more frequent and fulfilling orgasms as they get older. Sexual satisfaction doesn't decline with age, it can actually improve. Nearly 10% of all dreams include sex. Both men and women experience sex dreams, though their content can vary. Women tend to dream about celebrities and ex-partners, while men dream about multiple partners. Did you know men have a G-spot too? It's located in the prostate and can be highly pleasurable when stimulated. The average shelf life of a latex condom is 3 to 5 years. Keeping condoms in a wallet for over a month can increase the likelihood of breakage, so it's best to store them properly. Nipples are erogenous zones because the sensation travels to the same part of the brain as sensations from the vagina, cervix, and clitoris. Engaging all these areas can lead to more intense arousal. Most women prefer a dimly lit environment for sexual activity over a well-lit one. Soft lighting can create a more intimate and relaxing atmosphere. Men tend to fall in love more quickly than women. They also fantasize about romantic settings and body parts, whereas women often think about romantic scenarios and emotional connections. When a man is turned on, his sweat becomes saturated with chemicals linked to female arousal. Pheromones play a significant role in sexual attraction. Women over 40 years old are more likely to have multiple orgasms than women in their 20s. Experience and confidence can enhance sexual pleasure. During an orgasm, the part of the brain that triggers fear and anxiety shuts down in women. This allows for a more profound and pleasurable experience. Men often find women with a low waist-to-hip ratio more attractive. The color red also makes women more appealing to men. Regular sexual activity strengthens the immune system. Just 7 minutes of sex can be as beneficial as 5 hours in the gym. Men who have sex at least twice a week can almost halve their risk of heart disease. It's an enjoyable way to stay healthy. The darker the woman's vagina, the more sexually pleasing it is to a male partner. Darker vagina represents a kind of erotic mystery ready to be explored. Like, comment, and subscribe for more from the wisdom of psychology.